All right, good morning. Welcome back to the collective. Hold on, I gotta. Okay, I'll restart. Okay, good morning. Welcome back to the collective. Monday. It's like part of the last week of September. There's the last two trading days of September. Today, tomorrow's the last trading day. No news. No news Monday. We've got a very clean higher time frame bias, I would say personally, and now I will run through that. We'll get right into it because I know that there's I don't have to ask how everybody's weekend went. And ours was it was decent. Obviously, you can't trade, so it's a little. I'll just go over the analysis. What we got on the 4 hour, we have not had the manipulation since Asia session, right? So if I'm up Asia session right here, and even if we look at ES2, right, just up candle, up candle, up candle, and 6 a.m. currently is green still. We do have SMT at the internal range buy side right here. Now, what I am looking at, S&P is not that big of a worry for me, but when I see there's this 4 hour here that we haven't traded to, London low we haven't traded to, Asia's low I don't think it's going to get traded to, but London low we haven't traded to. And then I go internal, so this is a 15-minute time frame, and we have this SMT. So we take London's high, or the pre-market buy side, right? We put this SMT, and we also have this internal range SMT on a little bit of a higher time frame. We come down, we get a nice 15-minute closure right here. So now what do we got? We got a 15-minute breaker that just formed. So we're trading within that right now, and I want to see London's low taken. So I might even be able to get into shorts before I get into longs on my higher time frame bias. Sorry, I forgot to do the daily completely. Daily gap was held on Friday, and then we start to see it expand higher. We have kind of equal highs on that high up there. Okay, you run through your shit now.
Yeah, I got pretty much the same thing. YM did take London's low, but it is displacing through it. So I do want YM to at least trade to the low a day. And then if we get a reaction off of there and NQ retraces, say, to the 4 hour, takes London's low, could be potential longs. I still don't like how there's no SMTs at the lows higher time frame, even though we are delivering under the daily gap. I don't like how there's no SMTs down there. So I did say in my weekly analysis that if we're going to get the move lower, I wanted the midpoint of the previous week's wick to hold, which we are still respecting the midpoint of the previous week's wick.
Oh, that's right at the internal range buy side where we get the SMT, the S.
Yeah. So basically, if we're going to get the move lower, it would be off right here. I don't want to see us go any higher. If we go any higher, it'll most likely be trading to those relative equal highs.
So I agree with you in the sense that I want to short right now. So we might be in a short relatively soon after market open. Well, we still got the volatility. Still got all the good stuff. ES is a lot more bearish than NQ right here, right? ES has the, I need to pull it up here. ES has this 2 minute gap traded into it, and now we've taken the internal low again. Off of the SMT at the high, obviously we did have the more bearish one as ES. So I'm talking about SMT and more bearish on ES. So this same swing high on ES right here did not take out this high. And you can see that with the vertical line that follows my cursor. Right here is the high. It was taken in NQ. Didn't take it on ES. Maybe if you're new, you don't know what SMT is, maybe. It's one of the highest confluence things that I have in my arsenal, if you will call it. It seems like the lingo that everybody else uses. I do like a good SMT. It makes every kind of setup I'm looking for a little bit better. Just currently monitoring price. We have this manipulation, like, right? We have taken out the sell side, and then NQ is getting a more bullish reaction, right? We do have now, just talking about SMT, we have the bullish SMT here. So that is slightly conflicting of how I want to see London's low, right? It's not a necessity, but what I was wanting that for was because I want a 4 hour low to be taken. I want any retracement at all, right? We've totally, the only thing we've done is taken the previous 4 hour high, but now we're expanding aggressively, and it's like it didn't necessarily fit within my long or my retracement idea. But
Yeah, if I'm gonna take a short, I'm gonna need that hourly fair value app to get inversed, and along with the hourly change in state. If we get that, then I would look to trade at 10 a.m.
to short, you
To
need that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'd want that. I want that hourly candle to close. Well, because the 4 hour candle still hasn't flipped bearish,
Oh
and
no,
it's 3.5 hours into the 4 hour candle.
I'd look for this bullish 5 minute change in state too for seeing expansion higher before into that. Right, we have taken that low. We do have S&T there, so there's grounds to potentially have the expansion higher. I'm also just going off of what price is kind of telling me. Right, like it doesn't need to get that retracement down to London's low. We're at above an equilibrium of this range. If it doesn't want to throw a deep retracement in, doesn't need to. Actually, this is the equilibrium. This, okay, that doesn't really, that's pretty low actually. I'm definitely looking at it like I definitely have more of a bearish bias right now. We have this 3 minute gap too we're holding. Probably waiting the opening range out, right? So the first 15-minute candle for 50 minutes of trading after open. There is no red folder news today, but Trump is talking on, there is orange folder at 10. Trump's talking at 1:15. He's talking about tariffs on movies made out of US. I don't know how he's going to do that. So what do we do here? When we wicked higher, what did we trade to? Just kind of took the internal high, but didn't quite take that the buy side right there. We did fall right short of that. So what we're watching is the 2 minute imbalance here. Oh, we're holding within that, kind of consolidating within it. I'm gonna want to see this either break. I mean, both sides of it break. Either one, it's fine, really. But we want to have something to confirm that we're moving and not just gonna consolidate. So.
Yeah, so I'm traded below the opening price of the day so far, and it also traded below the low from PM session on Friday. So I want to see how YM reacts here. If YM can consolidate and, fail to reverse, that would be ideal for shorts on NQ and ES. But because we now have a divergence between the low of the day, we could see a continuation higher. I do want to see this first hourly candle play out though, see how it closes. Ideally, we leave the range that we've been in on the hourly chart. We've been in it since pretty much 4 o'clock this morning. So I'd like to see us get some displacement, leave this range a little bit, give a little bit more confirmation to where we're going. ES is getting close to the 4 hour imbalance as well. Yeah, so if YM stays below the opening price. For the next 20 minutes, we'll have a 4-hour bearish change in state off that SMT with the internal high.
Bullish. Okay, so the 5-minute change in state doesn't close though for another 2 minutes, but it doesn't really matter. We did take the highs. We can't be forgetting that we are bullish on the higher time frame, and it was a very obvious bias. Just this setup here for longs did not fit within anything that I would want to be trading. Remove that SMT. Remove that one too. We haven't really moved on ES, so technically now there is this SMT right there, where ES is extremely bearish relative to NQ. It's interesting. I would I'm not gonna force anything for on the short side of it. I definitely want to just go with the flow, and that's being bullish here. I'm just not trying to force the retracement expectation, right? If we get this internal sweep, get this 15-minute close, like that's plenty. That it's kind of dictating the bullish bias here. $50 days of live streaming. 50 days of live streaming, and well, not that many views. So I think we need some videos out here. Okay, there's that 15-minute change in state. Yeah. I'm afraid it might just do a tear, run to all-time highs. It's 110 points. If I could have started the live stream sooner, and I had a little bit of mic issues that we were trying to sort out. If I could have started the live stream sooner, which was right at this, it was like, I was going to start it at 9:25. I was wanting this dump to there. I didn't expect it in 5 minutes pre-open, but that's what happened. But so we took that. I guess what I'm doing now is classifying that as the manipulation, right? We have the bullish SMT here. We expanded off of it on NQ. ES just starting to kind of kick it up a little bit. Actually left a higher time from SMT. It didn't quite take London low, but it took the next low on a 15-minute basis. So it could be ES there. Is that technically SMT now here with this low? Now what I would want to watch is just this up move, because it's pretty hard to get in on just straight up moves if it just went straight up. So I do want to see retracement. We had this 15-minute closure, right? That was good. The 5-minute also will form this imbalance. I would definitely look to see that. Now, I did say before, like this 5-minute bullish change, you'd say you'd be pretty bullish off of that. There's nothing that I would have executed on there, because look where you're closing that. You're closing above the internal high. That stop loss is pretty bad. Your risk to reward gets cut a lot. So, watching this now, we still have this S&P.
Honestly, not super confident in longs right now.
I didn't like the shallow retracement. The reason I think it's shallow is because, like, if this is the consolidation we were sitting within, we only took the consolidation low. It didn't actually retrace to anything of like importance.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and YM,
maybe I shouldn't say importance, but
YM off that SMT got a really good move.
Higher?
But lower, about to get a 4-hour change in state to the downside.
Right now you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, like it displaced through London's low and low a day.
Okay, yeah.
So like I could frame the high a day on YM there, and Q has no low a day. like a good one. ES failed to
Hardly
retrace.
got a wick, yeah.
I'd be looking to see what we do at 10 a.m. If 10 a.m. opens, trades into like the 15-minute for value gap and get something out of there. But I still would honestly like to see, I'd like to see lower.
I'm not holding that bias just because we are higher time frame, in my opinion, very bullish. And there's sometimes when you're extremely bullish, you leave the retracement idea behind and you miss out on that. A good trade. But that's just my personal experience. I would watch ES here as we trade into this 5-minute balance. Also NQ, I guess, because I'd almost want it to kind of hesitate a little bit. NQ's been on a freaking tear. We had that 5-minute change in state and up 30 points from it. So literally, let's see the retracement into the wick here. It's probably about the 5-minute. Yeah. So the 5-minute gap. That's what I want. Still watching this 5-minute gap ES because we have this SMT. It's a little extended on NQ, and I wouldn't want it to hold at this point. When I was counting in the morning, I was pretty much assuming that any drop below sell side is a discount and manipulation. So I guess it was this sell side. It was the only two sell sides I had marked out were this and this. So depending on how we reacted here, to frame it to this sell side, potentially to this little bit of a 4-hour here. But no trades yet. When NQ shoots up, cannot chase it. Also cannot ever find entries when it goes straight up. Depends actually how quick it starts going straight up. Like I could have had the anticipation for it to rally. But that 5-minute change of state was too bad of risk. So it looks like we actually might get the opportunity for a retracement. ES never even traded to that 5-minute, but it is like just not getting the expansion. Like NQ is way higher. Okay, so I think by the time that NQ does this meaningful retracement, ES has got the down move that actually takes the internal low. So it's you can look at that however you want to look at that. That's interesting. Have traded to the first actual imbalance there, which is this 1-minute. So we're watching. right, bullish markets, you actually leave the equilibrium. You don't get to it. To the most of the times upper half. Can I do course? Yeah. So 25% retracement. Let's do some standard deviation projections. These have been in my arsenal for a long time. It's kind of less frequently I started using them. Okay, so here's one thing I want to note. If it just ran right off of the fair value up like this, and if it just closed up here and just continued running, I still wouldn't have a trade. That's a little bit aggressive for me to take. Just this. That is not something I look to take. But it's here. Yeah, that's just too aggressive for me. Now, if I could, I mean, I did say 25% retracement. Did get that. This is the first real imbalance.
It just feels too premium.
It didn't even get to close. So, I don't know if it doesn't feel too premium. It just feels like it's gonna chop and drop lower one more time. But that's what I don't like sometimes is the uncertainty of being between two things. Like, oh, it could pump right now or it could chop. I should just go off of my model, I guess. But in my model's case, like, even if I referred back to it, if I pulled up my notes, or it's not my models, it's my rules. One of the things I need in my trade is good logic, a discount, a premium, etc., like the corresponding one. So if this, yes, like he said, is in a premium, it's not as good. One of my little notes again here is don't chase price, everything according to logic and models. So, and logic, of course, being related to the if-then framework, which I do have, but for me to hop in here with ES just trading into that 5 minute where it could flip aggressively, can't do that. So I guess if you're watching, hopefully you can see why I didn't take that. And if I were to draw up my A+ scenario, and even in this market right now, it would be that 5 minute gap. Just a bit better of a retracement. So you'd be getting one candle cooked. Today is a very crucial trading day, I would say. Can set the tone for the week. I don't mind live streaming to know people, but after a certain point, it's like you're talking for no reason.
Well, you don't have to go over anything again, because
but you almost have to, because it's like obviously there's nobody there. But what if somebody stopped in for a second and you're not talking? They're like, I know nobody's talking. I'm just gonna get up.
Yeah.
So it's like I want to talk the entire time. I want to find things to talk about trading, not about trading, whatever it is. But it is hard to do that for 50 days. I don't know, it just makes my day when we get a few people in here, a few comments. I'm like, oh, I get to answer questions. And I can go insane. My 3 years of trading has left me with a lot of answers, as much as questions. But questions become more complex, I guess. Somebody somebody comes in here and they were ask if they would ask what kind of music do you listen to in a trade, that'd be like a whole 5 minute rant in itself, occupying the time while we wait for the profitable setup. Yes, still hesitating right below that 5 minute gap there. Not that keen on trading to it, it seems. It kind of wants to just stay below it. You know, if you made 5% a month on, you put 10 grand into account, 5% a month, you'd make $1 million in 8 years.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So why don't you just put 100 grand in? Make 8% or 5% with that. Wouldn't it take a year? Well, a bit over a year.
I still think ES is going to trade to that 4-hour value gap and below London's low. Because YM didn't manipulate London's low. It dumped 200 points past it. So I think ES will still trade down to there. Probably out of this 15-minute gap. Okay, there's 10 a.m.
I would have played that.
If we're going to get the move lower, I'd want it to be right off of this sweep of the 6 a.m. candle. Okay, so there took the 6 a.m. candle high. If we can inverse like the
Straight to the 5 minute gap.
5 minute.
Straight to the 5 minute. Finally. Okay, so internal sweep 10 a.m. Legitimate high. Could be the reversal. Could see London's low. That is still a very valid argument. The only thing that I would now be cautious of is now we have this expansion leg. So depends how you sit in your analysis and trading. If you're aggressive or not. ES, since it's still bearish, feels like the better bet. Just take London's low here.
Yeah, ES traded right into that hourly inversion and that 15-minute gap.
NQ feels risky. You got to work your way through the 15-minute gap, right? Now, pretty much on everything we've learned, you're not shorting into and through this 15-minute gap without real good higher time frame bearish logic, which in this case we have this bullish 4-hour inverse we just got. So that is not bearish logic. That is in fact very bullish. I do like these highs too. We do have equal highs on the at the all-time highs. So that's why I'm a little bit more excited about this trade than other ones. Sorry for the slightly cluttered charts, but I want to see equilibrium. Got to have the order block marked out. Got to have the fair value gap down here marked out. S&T. Got to have the standard deviations. Got to have this S&T. Got to have this potential long here. Got to keep the charts messy. Some people were longing the first inversion here on the 1 minute. I'm not too sure about that trade. I'd wait for that 5 minute.
We also formed another 4-hour gap. So now we have 3 4-hour gaps formed today. Every candle we printed today formed another 4-hour gap. So if we can get, so we manipulated the previous 4-hour candle high. We have SMT with the intermediate turn, or what high is this from? We just have an internal high on the 4-hour chart from last week. We still have all-time highs left, which is fine. I'd honestly like to save that for later. Offers better trading opportunities with moves lower. So I would consider, if we can inverse this 50-minute, I would look for shorts down to probably equilibrium of today's range, as well as possibly more towards the opening price of the day. Because YM's failing to reverse at the low of day, right? It took London's low and low of day, and it's failing to reverse. ES has relative equals with the 4-hour gap. So I think ES is going to get that move lower, and I want to see NQ also follow through. I mean, technically ES trade looks the best.
You're talking for shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to see it because of YM, yeah.
Well, NQ is the strongest asset, so it'd be nice to see some sort of like a strong move. See a strong move on NQ, just to give that confirmation that we're actually going to reverse.
I think Patrick's pretty funny. What do you think? There's a BDH and he's bringing all these these girl traders on.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you trade? She's like, ICT. What did you learn? He's like, ICT. What is that? Don't ask me that. Oh shit, we're running. I'm bullish still. I'm not bearish yet. I would not be flipping bearish until I wouldn't want to be flipping bearish. Is what I'll say. I do still have trouble trading this long here. It is this premium. It is the 25% retracement. It's got the internal sweep. Still has this 1 minute gap here. Doesn't quite seem like my trade, but it is the 4-hour expansion here. So how to identify trend days? This might be a trend day, right? Did technically trade to a 5 minute there too.
Yeah.
Now, what I would be doing with this trade is going to break even at the internal high. I'm waiting for this candle to close. That might be a frickin' bite me in the ass there. Are you kidding me? Wait for the candle to close and lose 10 points of village? Lose a whole 1.5 R from where I would want to be filled, eh?
Yeah, I'm not going to take this just because I still want to see ES trade to that London low.
I got tapped in on the 2-minute breaker there. Targeting these relative equal highs. Uh, 2-minute breaker. Mark that up. Got tapped in right there. Okay, stop loss at the swing low. Took the internal low. Expecting that to be the wick, the 10 a.m. candle in the trend market, trend conditions. Just looking at how we've expanded, how we moved into that sell side, how we got the reaction. All right, this is my trade up to those highs there. Well, I guess all-time highs. Holy crap! It made it pretty obvious it wants to get there with that one candle.
Jeez, eh?
I'm holding to the all-time highs. I'm just so we've got a 3.6R trade. Actually, no, it's not quite fills up there. It's about a 3R trade. It's 2.8. I would consider doing some partials within this standard deviation 2 to 2.5 as we work into it. I'm not in so many contracts that it's like the biggest issue. But don't partial. It's also not really worth it to partial. My drawn liquidity is all-time highs, so I suppose I would hold all of it to there. I'm at break even on the trade already. I got up about a 1R on this at the highest point there, so it's a break even. Again, the drawn liquidity is the all-time highs though. I wouldn't want to see it come back down to my entry price at this point. I don't think there's a requirement to drop back down to there. And if I look at the time frame, if I look at any higher time frame, and go to the left here, we just have this little 15-minute bounce we're trading within. Above that, the equal highs, right? So what I'm gonna do, just because they're kind of not quite equal, I'm just gonna take it down to 25 here, 25, 25. That's that. That's the TP. Might be even take it out of break even, which is very, very unfortunate. But that might tell me something about the actual bias here. We have the 5-minute order block here. I still have the confidence in it. I'm going to stick with the break even. I'm not going to adjust it because I've already, I followed the rules in that sense. I go to break even relatively aggressive. So like, if I'm entering pretty high up, so like this 2-minute breaker was pretty close to this high, it's going to be a quick break even, right? But seeing us wick down into and through that breaker is more bearish, I would say. Is it likely that it does it now? It's probably more likely that it trades down there. Just seeing these last two candles and not straight running, but I still have the faith in it. Confidence. I wouldn't call it faith in a trade. I'd call it the confidence in the trade. We have the 5-minute order block here, right? But reason being, the break even, right? Let's say we go really low. Let's say we take the internal and go back to the 15-minute. I don't want to be taking the negative position here. I get the 5-minute order block, but I'll execute it on the 2-minute. Okay. Still just kind of hesitating right above the break even, and it's got a little bit close there. It got taken right there. Out of break even. actually in a negative position, $2. We'll see if that's going to bite me or if that's not going to bite me. I do like the break even there. Just looking at ES. I mean, ES did inverse that 5 minute though, but just how it kind of worked deep lower. Yeah, just if we drop into the lower, if we trade to that 15 minute, which I don't want to see, but if we did, something I don't want to be a part of here. I don't think there's a time I take the trade and not be a break even though, just this high up.
See how we react out of that 3 minute. Just traded down into there.
Making me doubt my break even, man.
Still have SMTs at the highs though. ES is rejecting its 50-minute pretty nicely. So we'll see. This next couple minutes here will be really telling.
And it was also a little bit of a not emotionally driven break even, but I didn't want to take the loss on this one, as in like I would be blowing some XFA accounts with the loss. So it's not that I didn't want to take the loss; it's that the break even saved it for another trade, which is debatable if that's a emotional response or not, getting the break even. But when we have the S&T, when we're holding the imbalance like that, when we take the internal high that quick, that's generally I'm at break even at that point. Even if this trade was down here, I'd be at break even at that point. It is looking really bad right now, though. If this runs, I might be unlucky. Okay, so what would we look for now for a better entry? So if the entry wasn't, say, at this 5 minute fair value gap or the 2 minute breaker that we're still holding really well, where would it be? Well, you would think that it would drop lower one more time and start. That would be taking the this internal sell side here, trading to the 15 minute. Yeah, so that is what I would look for the next entry. But I do want to be considering that we could be bearish here, watching ES kind of work lower towards London's low, right? So thank you. Also getting a fairly large down candle there. See, now the reason, again, for the break even, not super, relatively premium, pretty close to the buy side. If it's going to get that displacement up there, I want to see it run into 2.5 and 2. And just with the look of ES too. I mean, I know we did inverse that 5 minute, but
yeah. So what I'd be looking for shorts is so we swept the 6 a.m. 4-hour candle high. We are rejecting it right now. I'd want to see this 5 minute change in state. And then look, because that'll be I'd want this 50-minute candle to close first, which would include the 5 minute change in state. And then I would look to trade a continuation off of that. Because I mean, I do want to monitor that 15-minute for value gap as well. But I can't long in this with the way that YM and ES are looking.
ES is more bearish, yeah.
ES inverse its hourly gap has relative equal lows. YM just completely flushed. Made a 4-hour order block with the overnight range.
Well, ES hourly order block. We haven't taken out London's low. Would be my biggest concern, which fits in line with what you just said. But
Well, recently we've been having setups have looked good like prior to the confirmation. So, for example, this 5 minute change in state, and it would be like if we get this 5 minute change in state now or in the next candle, it would look really good. But then we'd end up consolidating here for half an hour before actually getting that close, which
Talking about on the short here.
which is typically in general the past few days.
You looking for the short?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna zoom out to maybe frame the short, but I am going to be the bull today. I will let you have the short, though. I'll let you take it. It's all yours.
All right. Yeah, if I get some more confirmations here, I'll be taking a short. Oh geez, the short on ES right now looks good. 15 minute for value gap filled, 3 minute inversion, potentially 3 minute change in state right away here. But I don't usually trade ES, so
Yes, on that 15-minute. Yep, looking clean. I would just look at ES and then trade NQ, which is happening right now. Your NQ trade happens in 7 seconds.
no, I want this 50 minute count to close.
I would say that's you're missing your trade. I just don't know why you wouldn't be in on that 2 minute inverse. Am I more bearish than you? Because I would have taken the 2 minute inverse, even though I said I was only going to take longs. Just the waiting for that 15-minute candle to close, that's in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Take the 2 minute inverse, you'd be at break even at the 15-minute gap. Which is also
we didn't get the 5 minute change in state either, though, which was the other thing I was looking for.
Is it about 5 minute change in state? I'd be going with break even at the 15-minute gap off of the 2 minute inversion. Had I been looking for these shorts, I guess I'd be holding them to the low, but I'd take them off at the sell side. Again, I'm not shorting. I'm bullish. So break even saved me, would have been stopped out there. Could not take that stop loss. I'd have blown some accounts that came into some unfortunate losing streak.
So we did trade into a small 50 minute gap there. Fell short of that lower 50 minute. Want to see how we react out of this 3 minute inversion.
Oh shit, we're pumping here. Couldn't get into that 15-minute though.
We did trade into a small one, yeah. Just not the lower one.
No, that 15-minute, the nice and juicy looking one.
I'd honestly like to see YM or ES take the 10 o'clock high so far that we put in. And we'd have an SMT with it, but NQ would be the weaker one in the SMT, which would be good because it's been the strongest one all morning. I don't want to see NQ take that internal high for shorts.
So off of that internal sweep, we get the aggressive expansion again. I don't know how I feel about this one because the last one failed, and nothing actually changed structurally on this one. ES is still consolidating now, and I will be avoiding hopping in at this current price, which is I kind of want to actually. I would have liked that 15-minute to be traded to down there. Would have been real nice. It's a tricky one though. We did have the kind of initial expansion off of open, and now on even if you go to like the 5-minute, we are consolidating here. So as you talk about expansion on open, kind of consolidate. So is this the midpoint between these two? It's kind of what I'm trying to figure out right now. I do expect the more trend day. So yeah. Plug that phone in. Well, I'll tell you what, I can't believe September's already done. That trading month flew by pretty quick, pretty damn quick. Now, some people look forward to the winter price action. As much as the price action's good, I don't look forward to winter. So it's a somewhat of a. It's not quite the trade-off for me.
I mean, depending on how good it is. If it's really good, like it's okay. But
Well,
wouldn't
if
it be
it's good enough to pay for a bunch of freaking traveling, then it's good. But if it's not that good, if it's kind of bad, and if it's kind of like this price action, or like September, where it feels like every trade you get in either doesn't hit your full TP and stops you at break even, or fucking just instantly stops you out. Yeah, honestly, I feel like we might be trading lunch session today. I am foreseeing another down leg here to the actual amounts. We have no SMT at those lows, right? ES still kind of hesitating just above London low there. The past 5 candles on the ES are kind of just stuck at the same price. Tell me, okay. We might see it run here though. That's the thing. Like, it could definitely look like the expansion for me. Just holding off. A bit of a higher quality trade is what I want. I'd really want some freaking viewers in the live stream here, yo.
Our section just seems to fall asleep right after 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it gets tired, eh? I get tired watching it.
TJ just posted a video.
What?
Live day trading making $3,000. Small wins add up. But then tomorrow he'll take a fucking like $60,000 loss.
He's probably break even on that trade. That's his break even.
Yeah. I don't know. His sizing doesn't make sense to me. Every time he like, it seems like he sizes up every video. Just increase size, increase size.
Every loss?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, winning trade back up. All right, we're getting a move up on YM, which is good. It's gonna take. It looks like it's gonna take that high from 10:05. So then we'll have a bearish SMT there.
It's like it just jumps off the cliff. Gets slow.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Huh.
Okay. There, YM traded into its 4-hour order block, back into which is the opening price of the day, and that 30-minute gap. Do you have an internal SMT with NQ? Considering we're so close to the end of the hour, we have 18 minutes left. Probably wait until 11 o'clock. If we can get below, if we can get like a 5-minute displacement leg lower, might consider some shorts.
I never thought that this would be my job to sit at my computer and not do anything. Everybody caught longs. Really? Joking. Dude, who's taking this long? Look at this shit. It's a big char. You know, I want to keep live streaming because I do see the potential for a trade, a long continuation. But if we're not moving, why live stream? I don't know. Hold on. If we're not moving, we're not grooving. Put some different music on. Okay. Give me some good price action. Why would you short against a 50-minute?
Because it's probably gonna get inversed.
Do you know what percentage of the time it gets inversed like this?
This time.
What percentage
Does
is
it make
that?
sense?
What percentage is that? I have to put different music on, and then it's gonna start dumping. It's not Tom Petty free falling. It's not that, but
Oh, I want to give this a stab here. Dude, relax, bro. I want to get in.
song made it go lower. Since I fucking played it, we down like 12 points. Plug this speaker in, charge it so we can play it out loud.
Oh yeah. Are we gonna get banned on?
No.
We're not gonna get banned. Banned on YouTube. Oh, I guess yeah.
Might not be able to even pick it up. No call outs also?
I thought the mic's muted.
No.
They're live.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, off
Could have
the.
asked me.
Excuse me. Off the SMT with YM at the. Holy man. At the. Well, we have SMT the previous hourly or previous 4 hour candle high still. And then we have the internal SMT when YM traded into its 30-minute gap and the 4 hour change in state. And then I took the 3-minute change in state close. And then I'm targeting the sell side from this morning, 9:30. And my break even is going to be at the 15-minute imbalance.
That's what I would have expected. I want it to dump right to that 15 minute. I just don't like the reversal structure. That's why I'm not in it. But
Yeah.
to the 15 minute and ES to the London low, that's good.
Trading into the 3 minute gap there. Okay, finally make it the dump here. Get that 15 minute tagged.
Here you go. Here you go.
Yeah. Just need to see the follow through to that 50-minute. Gonna go to break even at the
50 minutes.
the 10-18 low and the 15-minute gap. They're relatively the same. So basically, just if we get a displacement candle, I'll be going to break even.
You 350 you risk on this?
Yeah.
5 contracts?
Yeah.
You go to the internal high?
I've trailed it a little bit, but once we get this 3-minute close here, I'll probably trail to the internal high. Yeah. If we don't take that low and trade the 50-minute yet. This 3-minute closes in 8 seconds here. Yeah. Okay. So I've mitigated risk. I've trailed to the internal high inside of the 3-minute gap.
Yep. Not bad. Not bad at all.
So now I'm roughly half risk on the trade.
Oh boy. So slow. My conviction in a lower bias would be the 15-minute inversion.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Time frame.
Yeah, so I don't want to see us hesitate at this 50-minute at all. I want to see us immediately start to displace through it. Okay, so there I'm going to break even. Yeah, so there's a break even in case this 50-minute does hold, right? And it's also an hourly gap, but I'm not the biggest fan of the hourly gap simply because it is the high, or sorry, the third candle of the fair value gap was a very strong bearish candle. So I don't have the utmost conviction in that holding. I'll take a partial once ES takes London's low. And then my final take profit is going to be NQ's the 4-hour gap. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do equilibrium of today's candle so far.
Is your TP?
Yeah, which is, I think it's right above the 4-hour gap.
That's the sell side.
So yeah, I'm going to do TP at equilibrium of today's candle.
That's just like you're just taking it off when ES takes London's low. Potentially.
No, or ES should be there quicker.
You know, are you partial there?
Yeah, partial when ES takes London's low. but I'm going to be all out at the current daily equilibrium, which is basically that first 4 hour gap that we have there.
See, the entry that I like taking is that like second change in state.
Yeah, like off the 3 minute gap. Yeah.
I just didn't like the 1, 2, 3 freaking highs we put in there.
Mm-hmm.
Just lower. It's shorter.
Yeah.
If this most recent swing high before the move you entered on happened to take that internal high there, it would have been a different story for me. But
Well, I was actually going to take this change and say on the 1039 candle.
didn't you?
Well, I took the close of it, but I was going to take the tap of it initially. But then when we closed down here and we got was it the 5 minute?
You're almost at line as low.
I'm going to get the 5 minute.
You're doing.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll take, I'm going to take 2 off there. Took 2 off there.
I said almost.
Well, we filled the 15-minute gap, and ES is like 2 points away, so I just took 2 off there. I'm holding the rest though, expecting the.
What were you up at that low of the 15-minute? Should be up like 350 there.
Let's see.
At that low, you were probably up like 350.
I was up like 320. Yeah.
1 hour.
See, I took a small portion. I didn't want to do more than half my position because I do want to see us trade to that 4 hour gap. So.
Oh, we got 2 minutes for the 15-minute candle. Fuck, the way it's looking, it's like it's gonna inverse it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought. Okay, that's interesting. There's no trade for me, but get some profits secured on the day.
Yeah, secured about a half an hour.
Damn, wish somebody told me when I was going long that I could close it and it'd be the highest it'd be. 1 hour profit. I feel like a lot of the time I'm up 1 hour and then I get stopped to break even. Like it's actually happened. The past 3 trades I've taken up 1 hour break even. So that means that your short isn't gonna do that because I'm not in it.
Is anybody watching or no? No. Okay. Well, I'll do a run through anyways.
Is anybody watching? No, you already did a run through.
Yeah. No.
I mean, you can do another one, but it's fine.
Let's do quick. SMT with the the internal high.
You want me to just
on the 4 hour?
Are you talking about this one?
4 hour chart. 4 hour chart. High. Oh my god.
Okay, you want me to talk to
Holy man.
Even when you did your analysis the time before, you started freaking frogging in the throat too.
Yeah, I've been sitting here for so long that I just haven't been using my voice. But so yeah, we SMT'd that internal high, internal to the range, with YM, and then 10 a.m. swept the 6 a.m. candles high, so 10 a.m. reversal. YM was extremely bearish, giving us the 4 hour order block, from the opening price. ES also had the internal SMT.
Okay, London low taken, boom.
Inverse the hourly gap, relative equal lows with London low. And the reason I didn't believe this SMT with London low with YM was going to hold because YM's London low got displaced through by like 200 points. So that's not an SMT I'm really considering. YM also failed to reverse off the low. Notice how it consolidates a little bit, gets a retracement, flips bullish momentarily, right? NQ is more bearish, right? So we have a strength switch. The 10 o'clock hourly candle, right? Closed super bearish. And then I traded the 11 o'clock, basically just positional entry, expecting 11 o'clock to just expand lower.
You said positional entry?
Yeah, like entering before the wick of like a high time frame candle is confirmed. Just expecting it to expand. I mean, in this case, it did.
That sounds risky, though.
Yeah.
What you just said.
In this case,
it sounds like, I mean, like, I remember you saying, like, don't do that.
But, like, in this case, we did get the confirmation of the 11 o'clock hourly candle.
Well, you could just, instead of saying positional, you could say, I was trading the 4 hour.
Yeah.
Like, the 4 hour has the previous candle wick and whatnot. You did manage to catch the only period of down movement we have, so that's not that bad.
And then I waited for the some sort of reversal to be put in, which was for me was that the two-stage SMT at the highs with the 30-minute strong reaction.
Oh, what the
And
fuck,
the
30
50
minute
and
you
the,
talking about?
and the 50-minute, the 30-minute bearish close off the two-stage SMT at the highs
We did not have it any such.
with
Oh, there we go.
with
I was on a
YM.
weird time frame.
So yeah, technically waiting for 11 o'clock to open, trading to the 3-minute gap, and then get the order block would have been close to the same risk, a little bit better. The fill price would have just been a little closer to the 50-minute gap. But because YM was already super bearish, ES was going to get them move lower. I was expecting NQ to also follow through and catch up.
I couldn't take it because I only saw us going to the 15-minute here.
So I did take a partial when ES took London's low. And then the rest of my position is going to be off at the first 4-hour gap that we have here.
I might just be offside bias wise, but the high time frame doesn't make sense to go much lower. I thought. I mean, it is Monday, right? So like, how much of an expansion can I expect? But off of what I did expect, it's kind of pulled it slower than it. Yeah, like I said, it would have been in the shorts if there was different reversal structure for me. Like obviously, yeah, you can look at ES and say like ES the entire time maintained that slight more bearish market, but then like right here we didn't. We just kind of had the failure swing here. This high was the only SMT really. So, like if this high would have taken this, or this high went up above the internal high one more time, and then off of that got the down move. I mean, you go to the higher time frames, it's a different story, right? You go to the 15-minute, you have a different look. Hourly, you got a different look now. I didn't say your trade's gonna fail. I just said, yeah, go to break even 50-minute. Partial here. Those are good. I just couldn't take it, which is fine. We both know that.
I just expected the 50-minute to get inversed. So like, and if it didn't get inversed, my fill price
anyway.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, yeah, go to break even at that 15-minute. But if it's gonna reverse, you're in for it. And now we're set up for. I mean, my longs. What I was looking for was the move on one of them below London low. London low taken on ES now. We have the S&T. Like technically, I've got the qualification for what I could look at as a reversal trade. Haven't inversed the 15-minute yet, right? Like I'm waiting for some structure to build here, but we could potentially still get the inverse and run out in lunch session the highs. And it's kind of characteristic of like I tweeted a few minutes ago. What we've done recently looks the same as what we just did today, where we have the expansion off of open and then we get the consolidation. We've also been during like the past 2 weeks or whatever, like I was relating it to, expanding at lunch. We've been doing that. Got these relative equal highs. I do like them. Now the thing is, like, now I'm conflicting him, where it's like I'm expecting this S&T to hold. He's taking it off the low, so that's the only part. Like I like the trade idea is good, but that's my. I don't expect that. I mean, I want him to make money. I'm just my current look of the market is bullish from this point, but to run at that low would be good. If we could have it both ways, it'd be nice, but you kind of can't run that low out. Actually, you can still have SM2, London low though, so you can run this low out and still be bullish, but. Better not do that, bro.
Not doing anything with it.
Better not screenshot it. So still have not inversed the 50-minute. Still watching. Got a big 5-minute gap here. I just think that we've kind of ran out the volatility for today. I don't know. I want to freaking go somewhere hot right now. We get this 5-minute gap. We're back in the 15-minute, but we just wicked that 5-minute gap. So we're watching this thing. Let's check the time frames. Different time frames, different looks. 2-minute, nothing really. 3-minute little imbalance here. Traded to the 3-minute, same as the 5-minute. Not counting 4-minute, 5-minute fair value gap, just tapped there. SMT, I would want that 5-minute inversed structurally.
Whoa, bro. Fading me?
No, dude, I told you I'm bullish before you took the short. You know I'm looking for longs off the SMT. I want, for the sake of making money, I want your trade to hit. But for the sake of me making more money, I want my trade to happen. I'm not fading you. I think but when I think ES below London low with SMT is like logical to be cautious. It just happens that we've got different biases. If I was in line with your bias, I wouldn't be fading you. I said we just wicked into the 5-minute. I wanted it, but we just wicked into it.
Yeah.
So if it delivers lower, there you go.
How about we deliver off the 5-minute to the low, and then you get your long trade?
You cut me off right before I. Well, no, I want the SMT.
Oh.
That's why it's
Okay.
I was like, I don't really like if it just straight reversed.
Well, we still have the S&P with London's low if we took that internal low.
I've said that.
Yeah.
I said that a few minutes ago when I was like, if we take the low, there's no S&P. I'm like, oh wait, no, there is. There's still one with London low at that point. Like, fuck, you could get in on the longs too.
I'm not taking longs.
I just don't know why you can't be bearish higher time frame just because there's no SMT out of the daily gap. You're not possibly bearish higher time frame. It's just you're expecting this retracement, right?
Well, retracement for sure, but yeah, that's where my bias kind of gets a little fuzzier because it's like, yeah, we did displace higher, giving us a higher time frame change in state out of the daily gap, but there's no super clear SMT. So I mean, totally internally, we could retrace to the
4-hour gap.
Yeah, lower there and then go higher.
Yeah,
it is a large move to just completely engulf.
Well, it wouldn't be today.
No, definitely not today.
That was my bias in the morning, was this 4-hour, but it was this one sell side, this 2 sell side, and then the 4-hour to see which one we took and then went higher.
Yeah,
but it didn't complete its business up there higher. Like you can't tell me that this is finished business.
No,
it's not. So, and it's debatable when it happens, right? Like to take the internal low, then to take the 4-hour. That would honestly be better for a more equilibrium for longs. And I don't disagree with the bearish bias there. I'm just watching it. Because like at this point, we've kind of invalidated my thesis for the trend day, which I originally had. Didn't happen, obviously. I was looking at the session profiles, as in London session was higher than Asia session, whatever, and then New York Open had a slight manipulation, only a quarter retracement and then expanded. I was seeing if we would maintain that upper section of the expansion leg. But now that we've traded lower, it's more of a double purge profile where you take the internal high, take the internal low, reaccumulate. That could be the 4-hour fair value gap down, still another 100 points. They're pushing close to lunch here, though.
just, a heavily trafficked area, all you guys are going to do is pull up TikTok and Instagram so you guys can dual wield. And you're just going to rotate back and forth between Instagram Reels and TikToks. Next thing I know, I look up from my phone, traffic's completely gone, horns are blaring because I was on my phone for the past 30 minutes, and we just had a free run up the highway.
Man, are you single? Yeah. What's your name? Devin. How old are you? Are you gay, straight, or neither? Okay, what are you looking for in a woman? Can you cook?
No.
Why should someone date you? Okay.
All right, took another one off after we swept that internal low.
Be pretty cool, doesn't
We did. Yeah, well, we swept it on MNQ, so I took one off
it? Was
because there is internal SMT there. I don't expect it to hold. Expect it to keep dumping.
You like, I don't accept the whole. I don't like at this point. I don't expect it to reverse either now. Cause look at the 15-minute candle. We just inversed that thing.
Yeah.
Like now I've got more grounds to be bearish. I mean, still don't like the reversal structure, but if I went to the 15-minute time frame, then yeah, I could say yeah, sure, we get this retracement leg, but I just don't think there's much juice left. In the market. I don't think we'll move much. Right back at like 9:30 opening price. Oh no. Not quite. It could potentially be some good PM longs if something happened like that. Just saying there. If we traded lower to the 4-hour, really good reversal structure, it could be actual expansion there. I'm gonna screenshot this because this could be a cool look here. I would like that for a market maker model. I'm gonna put that in my notes. Freaking tricky day. Slow day. Is your full TP getting freaking encroached on?
Come on, baby.
Yes, trading too. What's that? Yes, trading to that 4-hour. That's what it would be, most likely. Here you go. Here's your rip it.
Do it.
Yep.
Oh, bro.
Okay.
That's crazy.
If we're being 100% honest, it doesn't matter what you say. It's just coincidence. It's just coincidence. You've got your fucking camera app out. That's
No,
why.
I don't.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to start
No.
record
I
the
don't.
TPB hit, and then you got the curse of recording the TP.
No.
No, it's gonna hit. You should actually
Oh, there, I'm
you
out.
should actually move your TP down.
I'm out there. I already got taken out.
What would you make?
2R.
700?
600.
1.700. Should have helped, bro.
There. There's the final TP
Should have helped with that low.
being hit.
I don't know. You tried to get precise about the daily candle range, or whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah, like, so technically it was so close to this low that it should have just been at the low. At this 4
I
low.
don't know why you didn't do that.
But it was only like a $10 difference, so it doesn't really matter. I didn't expect the entire day to reverse completely back to the opening price, just based off of how long it took us to actually get the reversal. So I was just viewing this as a retracement to the equilibrium of the current daily range. So I mean, now it can do whatever it wants. It can pump to all-time highs. I don't care. I got my portion. So yeah, done there for the day for me.
You know I'm not done. Yeah, baby, you gotta keep trading. Keep on trading on. You know, and nobody was in the live stream to even watch that. We haven't had a single person. Like, dude, this is when it's like we had nobody in the entire thing the entire time. Why do it? Why not just, make content and get followers first and then do it? Take a break and then do that. Because I'm gonna be honest, like it's hard to. What? I'm gonna end the live stream here. I mean, I'm looking for long, but I don't want to sit on the live stream for another hour, 2 hours. Right? We've got some other stuff to do with the day. But it was a fun live stream. There was we had hit a banger trade, the short. Unfortunately, I didn't get in it. I did not have the bearish bias, which I'll go back and in my notes and figure out why. I do know why those highs, but it was a good Monday. Definitely come back tomorrow if you watch the live stream. Tuesday is gonna be exciting. We got red folder news. Oh, Trump today. He talks actually. I just forgot about that. Well, I might watch kind of around when Trump's talking about his movie tariffs.
It's a weird topic to
Yes. Okay.
be considering.
It is weird. I know, but he wants to pose 100% tariffs on foreign movies or movies filmed out of the United States. So I didn't quite figure out how that's gonna work. I'll look into that in a little bit just to know. But yes, tune into the live stream Tuesday. Red folder news is gonna be a good trading day. Wednesday is gonna be decent as well. Thursday, very very cautious trading day because that's pre NFP, and Friday's NFP. So the week's gonna fly by. There's one more day left in this month, so hopefully we can make something more with it. And enjoy the rest of your day. The Collective. Bye bye.